Chili wants to say hi. What are you doing? If you're new here, this is Chili Dog. He's actually from the country, Chile. He was a street dog and was rescued. And he loves the camera. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just wanted to hop on here and just do a little life update because I have a lot of exciting things planned in the next oncoming months, and I wanted to share them with you all. Bless you. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen that I actually got engaged about a month and a half ago. My boyfriend, but now fiance, is stationed out in Virginia, and I was there for about 4 months for work, and he proposed on our last weekend there together. So it was just an amazing note to leave on. And because of that, we are obviously getting married. Usually that's the point of getting engaged. And we're doing a pretty quick turnaround, and we are getting married the end of October. Chili Dog won't stop licking himself. I am so sorry. Chili. Do you see this? He's getting upset. At the end of October, we are getting married. It's just going to be a very small elopement style wedding, just our family and siblings and like a friend or two. And we are very, very, very excited. That's going to be happening in Lake Tahoe. We don't want to go in debt for a wedding, so we're just trying to pay for everything in cash, and then keeping it small really helps with that. But something really exciting that comes right after that is we are actually going to New Zealand, Owen and I. Technically, this all kind of started because I turned 30 in November, and I wanted to do a trip of some sort or something memorable. And because of the timing with the engagement and then us wanting to get married pretty soon, we decided to also make New Zealand our honeymoon trip. So it's going to be an incredible trip. We are going to be there for about 3 weeks. We're doing a week in the North Island and 2 weeks in the South Island. And I definitely am going to be taking a lot of like video footage, somewhat similar to my PCT trips. You know, I'm not a fancy videographer, and you know, I'm just going to basically document our time there. We are going to be doing a lot of hiking and Chili Dog, that's gross. So like I was saying, Owen and I will be in New Zealand for about 3 weeks, and I am going to document our experience there. We're staying in a lot of really, really cool Airbnbs, but we also rented a camper van for most of the time. So we just plan on doing as much exploring as possible within their outdoors. We are so very excited about that. We're also just trying to pay for all of that in cash. We already have reserved a lot of, you know, all the details with it, and so paid for that already. So, you know, going into debt for something like a wedding or a big trip like a honeymoon is just not something that Owen and I really want to do. So we're just trying to be as smart as possible. I'm working overtime when I can, but it's going to be so much fun, and I hope you guys like everything that, you know, I'm going to share with you. I can't imagine, I mean, it's not going to be me. It's just like New Zealand, you know, and me sharing New Zealand with you. Also, if anybody's ever been there before who's watching this, please feel free to, you know, comment some of the top things that we should see. And since we are seeing both islands, you know, we're down for anything. That's basically what's going on in my life right now. What I'm really focusing on is wrapping up all the details for our wedding and then New Zealand, and it's going to be fantastic. Owen and I are still long distance, and we have been our whole entire relationship, and that seems, you know, odd to some people, but we both weren't going to move. Either me move to him move to me, unless we were married. It's just one of our own, I guess, convictions, you can say. I don't know, it just made sense for him and I as a couple. So after New Zealand, yeah, we have to figure that out, and that's going to obviously determine a lot of, you know, paths that I can take in my life. So Owen is a deep sea diver in the Navy, and he's stationed out in Virginia. There is a chance that Owen will be getting out of the Navy this December. Timing is perfect. And if that happens and he can line up some sort of diving job out here or anything like that, out here meaning Washington, then that would be great. Obviously, because I'm like, you know, fairly like settled here, you know, I have my own job, everything like that. However, if him and I choose for him to stay in and re-enlist, then I will be having to go to Virginia. And if I am moving from Washington and having to quit my job, then I'm going to do another through hike. I have some ideas in my mind, so you'll just have to wait and see what I choose if it comes to that. So as much as I wouldn't want to leave Washington and I don't really want to leave my job, there's an upside to the fact that if I do have to move, then it'll give me a perfect time to basically go do another hike. And Owen is fully supportive of that, which is one of the reasons why we're together is, you know, him and I are both really independent but adventurous people. And so we both understand that each other needs to do certain things, like whether it's a through hike or him doing crazy diving stuff, or I don't know, we just really like support each other. And I just appreciate him so much for, you know, making sure like through our conversations that if I do quit my job and go hike or whatever, that, you know, he's going to fully support me emotionally and financially if he needs to. I'm pretty set in that way, but you know what I'm saying? Just like having a partner, like really support you and encourage you and just make sure like that everything can be taken care of, you know, because life happens, and that's just been really great. So that's one upside to that. However, if he decides to come out to Washington, then, you know, there's a chance that I may still want to hike, like a long hike, but I will for sure do at least like a smaller through hike, you know, or a couple small ones next year, like hands down, period. And I had so much fun taking videos and, you know, having all of you follow along on that I will definitely be doing that again. I really feel like it added so much value to my hike to be able to share it with others. There were so many times that I had to myself, but you know, I filmed on average 15 minutes of video footage a day out of 24 hours. So I still get a lot of, you know, quiet time, alone time, me time, personal time on a through hike, even when I'm videoing. So definitely going to happen. And so that would mean a lot if, you know, if you're not subscribed to my channel already, to subscribe, because it really, really helps me out. And it does help me out financially without costing you anything extra, especially if I'm quitting my job and I am going off to do that. You know, that really, really helps. So thank you so much in advance for that. So my videos have obviously been very inconsistent. You know, I do have a full-time job, and like I said, I've been working, you know, some overtime and traveling and seeing family and just been really busy because this obviously isn't like my full-time job. So, but I put in a lot of time and effort into some videos that I will be posting in the next few weeks. Another reason to subscribe and like turn on the notifications for them, because it has everything to do with if you're looking to hike the PCT, whether section hike or through hike. I go through all of the details on how to do that, permits, when you can apply, basically when and how to start like saving up money, when to start getting gear, all of those little details that you can find on the internet, but they're all kind of spread out. So I have a video on that. And then I have a couple of videos on all the financial aspects of through hiking. So I have one video on how much all of my gear costs and, you know, everything that goes into that, like pre-hike. And, you know, I get those questions asked a lot. So there's a video on that. And the next video that really took a lot of time and effort, but I just really enjoyed making, is a video on how much it cost me to thru hike the Pacific Crest Trail. And I went through every single bank statement of mine and I documented every single purchase I made. And then I categorized it. And then naturally, being an engineer, I put it into Excel and I made like a 3D pie chart for everyone. And so in that video, I detail every single thing I bought, everything, how much it cost me, how much on average it costs other hikers, how much to save, where you can cut back on, where you possibly can't cut back on financially. So, you know, if you're wanting to thru hike, or, you know, just get some new ideas on how to save money, or, you know, what thru hikers really spend money on, that is a really good video. So please, like, keep an eye out for that. Like I said, I had a lot of fun making it, but it took a lot of time, but I really, really hope it helps. Just so you can see, it doesn't have to be the Pacific Crest Trail. It doesn't even have to be a long trail like the AT or CDT. It could be a shorter trail, but it is kind of hard to imagine like what people are spending on a thru hike. And so I lay it out for all of you if you're interested in that. So I'm really excited about all of that, and I really hope it's helpful to you. I put a lot of effort into these videos, even if you can't really tell, and I don't get much in return, like financially, for how much time I put into it. But I say that because I want you to know I really, really care about helping other people be able to do something like a thru hike or just any kind of adventure that just rocks your life to the point where it changes you as a person for the better. And so that's all. That's why your support, like online, really helps. Like even subscribing doesn't cost you anything. Liking my videos doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps because of the ads that get played, and YouTube pays me for putting ads on my videos. And like I said, like that really helps. It doesn't even cover nearly the cost of, let's say, what I make hourly at my normal mechanical engineering job per hour for how much work I put into these videos, but I love it so much and I enjoy it. So thank you again in advance. I'm sitting on my foot and it's falling asleep. Ooh, swapping feet. Okay. I also have a video or two I think I'm going to post about Owen, my fiance, who is a deep sea diver. He's gotten some really great footage through some of his dives just throughout the years. He's done some really awesome stuff, some dangerous stuff, and I think it's really cool and fascinating, and I'm just really proud of him. And so I was thinking about posting those just for you all to see. It's not me, it has nothing to do with hiking, but it is adventurous and it's kind of random, but I really think it's awesome, and I think he's awesome. So you know, that's something to look forward to as well. And if I do post those, please show him some love, you know, on those videos, because it's like not many people do that sort of thing in the world. So, oh yeah, I know a lot of this community doesn't really care about, you know, like rings and whatever. And so, but I know some people are probably going to ask for my engagement ring. I sent Owen some examples of just some simple bands, things like that. I didn't want a diamond. I didn't want like a big rock or anything like that. So I wear this little wedding band. It's the wedding band that he got with my engagement ring. But this is what I was basically sending him just to have as my ring. So I don't know if, you know, you can see it. Probably can't see it very well, but it's just, you know, rose gold band with some detail. But for my engagement ring, he got me a big old morganite engagement ring, a rock, and it's massive. But he just wanted to spoil me a little bit. He knows I'm not gonna wear it every day. He saved it for special occasions. But prepare yourself because it's pretty big. See this? See this thing? The detail on the bottom's really pretty. But it is huge, and I feel bougie when I wear it, drinking my sparkling water. So yeah, that's the big old ring Owen got me. If anybody cares Morganite is much cheaper than a diamond, and it's like ethically made and sourced. You always want to do your research with that kind of thing. I think that's a moral opinion. So, oh well. So, yeah, he knows I'm pretty simple with this stuff. I don't really wear jewelry or anything like that. So he wanted to do something nice for me, and there it is, ladies and gents. So yeah, but what I'm most excited about is once we get married, this is pretty much the band that I'm going to wear all the time. I love it so much. It's a little silicone ring, but it has like flowers and cacti on it. Yeah. Let's see. This camera doesn't do a good job. Okay, it's a little blurry, but you get the point. It's freaking cute, and it's really comfortable, and it's not expensive. So, oh my gosh, see, it's just so big. I just got distracted by my own ring. The reason why I want to share these life moments with all of you is because I feel like you all know so much about me, and I follow people on social media and like YouTube, and some of them I actually care about, and I want to know what's going on in their life. So that's why I'm sharing all of this with you all. And yeah, just really excited that we're engaged. He's my best friend. Him and I only met 2 times before I left for the PCT. We had hardly any time in person together, but we talked every day via, text message, phone calls, and a lot of FaceTiming. But I was going to hike the Pacific Crest Trail, and he was actually getting deployed to the Middle East. And, almost basically the same time. I left in mid-April, he left in early May. So almost, perfect timing. But we both, without saying anything to one another, both just felt like, it was our little, friendship or romance was just going to dissolve because, like I said, we've only met 2 times in person, and I was going on this 5 to 6 month adventure. He's getting deployed. We don't even live near each other. We're thousands of miles away from each other in different time zones. And, I didn't ever talk about him, while I was hiking in any of my videos because, he wasn't my boyfriend, and, I didn't really know him. And so I didn't want to, throw myself into something that was probably going to hurt me a lot. We did have some growing pains, of course, but throughout my entire hike and his deployment, we just became best friends. We talked every single day that we could. I always had messages and videos from him when I came back from a few days out on trail with no service. I did the same thing with him. We just truly became best friends. And during that time, we both fell in love with each other. And it was really great, I think, for me to create a relationship with someone like that so far away, because we have such a solid foundation that I've never had before. And this is so cliche, but I just truly feel blessed. I just really am so excited. Like I said, I'm almost 30. I've been very serious with other men before, but I just knew something was always not right. And I'm so glad that I trusted my gut and I waited. And yeah, there was always these fears of oh no, maybe I'm just going to be, alone romantically for a lot of my life, which is okay. I am independent and I love to travel, and I'm not just going to be in a relationship just to be in one, even if it's bad. But, I did have those fears. I think at the end of the day, we all want to find companionship with someone, whatever that looks like. And the fact that I found him, or really he found me in our weird situation, is just very random. But I think it means a lot to him and I that him and I chose one another despite the really weird circumstances. And I couldn't imagine of doing that with anybody else. And we are literally best friends, and we support one another, and we're there for one another, and I can't wait to marry him. And I can't wait to show you guys some of the photos. Like I said, it's going to be in Lake Tahoe. Very simple, but I think really pretty. Really pretty. I'm sure he says that to all of his friends. Like, yeah, it's going to be really pretty. But it's going to be great with just our families and some close friends. And yeah, and then we get to go to New Zealand. If you aren't already, go follow me on Instagram at The Whimsical Woman, because that's where I like post a lot of more like up to date, you know, live photos. What did I even say? You know what I mean. That would be great. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end, you are a rock star. You are a true fan of this weird little channel. So thank you so much, and I can't wait to keep you posted. And make sure, once again, to subscribe and, you know, turn on the post notifications so when all those videos I talked about get posted, you can watch them. Thank you so much, and happy trails. Bye. Chili, those are gross sounds. Oh.